We cutting loose.
All right, it's time for another episode of DWMOD, guys. That's Disagree With Me or Don't. As always, Andy St. Clair is going to be in the house on the other side of this intro song. We're going to be getting into the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. Things are heating up on both sides there. We got some interesting New York Giants Hall of Fame information I think you should hear. So stick around for the end of that. And of course, we'll be having Crimes Against Sports. Louis, roll it.
Touchdown!
Ready? College football is now B1G versus SEC.
Down! Put!
If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money.
Ready?
Oh, Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. Bingo. Andy back in the house, man.
Yeah, man. Feels good to be here, to see everybody. Hey, what's up?
Let them have a good look at our beautiful faces, man.
Yep.
What's going on this weekend, brother? What you getting into?
I'm sure we'll have a little friend get together. My daughter's off school tomorrow.
Oh, man.
So it's summer. Summer is upon us here.
Last day today?
No, she's into the first week in June.
Oh, okay. You still got some time.
A couple weeks left.
And then it's going to get hairy.
Yeah.
It's going to get hairy.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, man. Listen, Knicks, 22-point comeback the other night, man. Were you watching or did you turn it off?
No, I was watching. I stayed with it. The Knicks have done this a few times this year.
Yeah.
They tend to make it as hard as possible. I have no idea what Kenny Atkinson was doing there. I was like, just call a timeout. Just call one timeout. And they're like,
yeah.
The Knicks went small and the Cavs stayed big. I was like, well, the Knicks are going to shoot their way into this, and they did.
It just seemed really, really weird, man. And there's been some patterns on that. I want to get into that a little bit in quick hits. I definitely want to get into that in quick hits. You going to be taking off for the movies this weekend? Stuff opening up or what?
What's out? What are the Grogu movie?
Yeah, I think the Grogu movie. Right? I don't know if your daughter's
I've
into
seen the TV show. I guess my question is, why does it need to be a movie? Why you fed us as a TV show. Now you're making it a movie.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to bring it back. Baby. I'm just not sure about it.
I don't think I'm going to see it. I think I'll just wait till it drops on Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My son's home and he grew up on it and he's pretty big into it. We may venture over to go and check that thing out. But I don't know. Let's jump back to the NBA playoffs. I don't know why I asked you about that. I think the color of your Bulls hat, the color of my hat. I got the Topps Future Star shirt going.
Yeah,
the colors were all green. I don't know.
You made you think Grogu.
It did for some weird reason. Yeah. I don't know. You've been enjoying the NBA playoffs or what, man? You on the fence?
Yeah, game one of that Spurs Oklahoma City was awesome. Game two was pretty good. Like that Spurs OKC series is great. I mean, I don't know. It feels like the NBA Finals. It's great. Yes, I actually enjoyed Knicks Cavs too. Though I think the Knicks are going to win that thing in like 5. But I've enjoyed almost all the playoffs. The Western Conference was fun. The East was fun. I liked the Pistons were a crazy team. It was like a roller coaster with the Pistons.
Man.
So yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good product.
Mutual friend of ours had an interesting take. A giant Cavs fan. Shout out to Breckenell. Was talking with him the other day, and before that series wrapped up, and he was like, "I could have told you this was going to happen before this series started. You see how the officiating switching every game? Like it's really bad for the Pistons one day, real bad for the Cavs the next, and it just kept flipping back and forth." He said, "That's the NBA. They want the Knicks in the finals, and they want this thing to go 7, so everybody's wore out when they play them." I mean, he's a big conspiracy guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a big conspiracy guy.
He loves it.
I don't know that he was wrong on this one. You know what I mean? It did seem to be oddly back and forth,
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is like the Cavs should have won that game. Their coach, his brain exploded. What's the conspiracy in game one outside of the Cavs gave the game away? Like they're up 22
Yeah, they did.
7 minutes to go. Like teams should win those games. Like you don't even have to play that hard. Call a timeout when it's down to 11. When there's 4 minutes left, you're like, whoa, what are we doing here? Let's
right.
Like, I don't know. I find it hard with conspiracies because I'm like, the NBA's, it would love to see the Knicks in there. They haven't been in there since '94. I think they're fine as a product without the Knicks getting to the NBA Finals.
Right.
Overall.
I'm with you. I don't think conspiracies get so deep as into like controlling the ultimate outcomes and things like that. You know what I mean? Stretching a series, sure, you might be able to get me to buy into that, but I don't think that they're like, and we have to make sure this team wins.
Yeah. I mean, like they probably wouldn't, if they were going to build a power like Oklahoma City, they'd probably do it somewhere not in one of the smaller markets in the West.
Yeah, they hate that.
They'd probably do it at like LA. Clippers, Lakers, something like that.
You're making your arguments going in a circle here because they're regularly doing that. The Lucas trade, went the best guy in the league. We got to get him over to the Lakers now. We'll give you the number 1 pick. We'll give you the number
flag. That was a wild trade. I can't believe it's been a year. It's still the craziest trade I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know what gets me. I should have done a little homework, but I didn't know we're going to go down this way with this conversation. Is sometimes when the trades get vetoed, like the league will be like, that's not a fair trade. But somehow this one was like some draft picks for Luka Doncic. I'm like, how does this not get vetoed?
I think I can't think of the one. Maybe the Chris Paul trade was a veto. The last veto, I can remember the big one. That was like to the Lakers too. That was going
what was the deal with him?
I don't quite remember him so many years ago. I don't remember why. That would go against Brett's conspiracy theory, but a different commissioner too. That was David Stern. Stern. This is Silver. So, it's been good. I think hockey playoffs been good. NBA's been pretty good. The playoffs are pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to be getting into the hockey playoffs. Woo, man, those have been a fun one. But before we do that, let's get into some crimes against sports, as always, every week. Hey, this week is brought to you by your good friends over there at the Joyview Meat Market.
It's brought to you by the Joyview Meat Market. Don't go to the grocery store for those price gouge packaged proteins. That's not even the whole pound. Do yourself a favor and head over to Joyview Meat Market. This family's been serving the community since 1969. And they're serving the best cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. Not to mention the best fresh ground Polish kielbasa you'll find anywhere in Detroit. Smoked or fresh. That's the Joyview Meat Market right on Joy Road and Telegraph. Support the neighborhood and tell them Gordon sent you.
Oh, baby, I'm jealous. I want some of that this weekend. I will be getting some of that 4th of July weekend, heading up to Detroit. I'll be loading up on the Joyview kielbasa, baby.
You guys are going up, huh?
Just me. I'm going to go up there and catch up with my cousin for the weekend. And, I think Chloe's going to stick around the crib. And I'm not sure what Nolan, I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of training camp by that time. I think they'll be in camp by then. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But hey, anyway, let's get it to it, man. It is crimes against sports. Okay, this week's crimes against sports plays along the lines of a sequence of plays that happened between the Pistons and the Cavs with one James Harden. All right, here we go. Harden coming up the floor, the Pistons-Cavs game. He's going to try to bomb this three, little comeback run. He misses it. Classic Harden style. He's just going to hang out there and wait for somebody to give him another shot at it. Gets it back. Cade comes in the screen. Oh, there we go. The classic, I kicked you and fell down. Here we go. Watch. Cade's going to come get out. He's getting out of his shooting. He tries to kick him like he always does. Look at where he's laying, though. He falls down and just lays there for the rest of the play, which is very important because here we go. We got big rebound. Kicks right back out to him. And now he's going to drive right into Cade, and we're going to get a whistle. Look at Cade. He's furious. He's like, are you kidding me? He's flopping, flailing, laying around. He pushes me off twice now, and you're going to call that. I mean, look at this push off. This is a push off foul on Harden, if anything. He just bowls right into him, pushes Cade, and it's a foul on Cade. Okay. But here's where we're going to find out everything we learned playing street ball as kids, Andy, is factual. This is fact checking it right here because remember where James Harden was laying on the floor? Look at him right there, laying there, just flopping around on that spot on the floor. and he's about to get that foul call. Now he's going to inbound it here. Okay, so the Cavs get the ball after the crappy foul call, and we're going to find out the truth that you were told all during street ball as a kid, buddy. And it's ball don't lie. The ball don't lie. He's going to go down, and we're going to get the easy two. My man clearly slipped all over Harden's sweat right there when he was laying on the ground, right?
Yeah. Oh, Wade. Yeah, that was Wade. You can't believe the Cavs people didn't like clean that up.
Yeah, nobody went out there to clean it up, and he laid there exhausted. But after all that faking and flopping and all that, man, it couldn't have been a more beautiful finish to that whole sequence. And that guy just falls in his sweat. Pistons get the two, win the game. Yeah, we lost the series. But listen, there is a reason why I scoff every time I hear anyone on TV talk about one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA. Never. I wouldn't put him in the top 100. Never. Never. Played
Top
in an
100?
era.
Not even the top 100.
No, for that very reason, man. Every time the guy's out there, he's got 40, 30 of them from the line for kicking guys while he's shooting. No. He's the top gamer for a foul flopper in the era of gaming for foul floppers, in an era where defense isn't even allowed to be played. I can't stand him. It's everything wrong with basketball, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a team, you can't give him like a 2 or 3 year deal. I think you got to be like just one at a time now with James, just 1 year at a time. Let Harden kind of walk the NBA earth of like what he can go to different teams. Like, I just don't think you can pay him for like 2 or 3 years.
God, no. No.
Because that's probably what the Cavs are going to have to do. And I'm the Cavs. I'm trying to avoid that.
No way. I wouldn't bring him back. I should have put that no way. If I'm the Cavs, I would go, no way. This has been our downfall. They picked him specifically for the 22-point comeback last night. They just kept it to whoever had Harden on him was like, yeah, give me the rock.
Right.
Give me the rock.
Yeah, he got roasted. He's not defensively. He's not anywhere near what he was. And he wasn't like the world's worst defender. He wasn't the greatest either. But like now he's worse. He
was mildly interested in it before. Now he's like, I'm not waiting for a table over here. I'm out of here. He's not interested. Now I'm done with him. I can't watch him play anymore. How is that not? Why does in 17 years the NBA never addressed this? That he's kicking people while he's shooting, and the fouls are on them.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of like he fools the refs. He really fools them. That's the thing.
That's another issue for me too. I don't think these guys are that bad and being fooled. Right? You can't be that bad as a referee that you go back. They got to go back and like look at tape and watch games and stuff, and then they go back and look at that and go, "This guy's been doing this to me like crap. I'm not calling that anymore." They have to know. My point is, this got to be coming from the league. It's got to be coming from the league.
Well, I mean, Oklahoma City does it a lot as well. Brunson does it a lot. Brunson's a bad one. Like there's a lot of guys that do it. SGA does it often, and he's back-to-back MVP.
Back-to-back MVP, which is exactly to my point. This is what the league wants. This is why they have it called this way. Either way, it's the NBA's fault. If all your referees are so bad that all this gaming tricks them all the time and they know it, guys kicking people and falling over and they get calls. If they're that bad, why haven't you replaced them?
Right.
Or you're telling them, that's fine. Just keep calling it that way.
Right. Right.
That's one or the other.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's a problem, no doubt. They got to fix it.
Yeah.
They
got to fix it. We're beating this to death every week, but please, somebody's got to be doing the Lord's work and bringing attention to this. Yeah. Let's get into some quick hits. All right, so we were talking about the 22-point comeback by the Knicks. It was crazy. I turned it off. I was like, I'm not watching the rest of this. I flipped on a baseball game. There has been a lot of this through the playoffs this year. Like NBA in general has become a league where like 10 to 12 points, which is good for the NBA, is like, don't turn that off. They're still in the game. But in this playoff specifically, there has been a lot of games that have been north of 20 points, and the other team has come back and won by 10.
Right.
Like Pistons did it a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, I think generally it's because in the 90s and early 2000s, you only had one or two guys on your team that was a really good 3-point shooter. And now there's like 4 dudes, like there's 4 of the 5 dudes, especially like the Knicks did. They go small. Then they got 4 shooters. And the Cavs are, as I know, I've said this already 2 times. They refused to go small, and I don't know why. And then they just started dropping bombs. I mean, Shamet had the one that tied the game and like hit the ramp, boom, 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 and it went in. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like Shamet, there's a guy who like, look, he barely plays, and he's a pretty good shooter, right? So like, there's just more 3-point shooters. Leads aren't really safe. You know, ultimately, you kind of have to, you know, if you're the Cavs, run a play. You can't just like hold the ball for 20 seconds and then try to score with 4. It's not going to work.
No, it's an excellent point you bring up. There's a lot more guys on the team and on the bench that are shooters, man, that like they can, you know, they can knock them down when you need to. And if they get hot enough, they can bring you back in the game. There's just been a lot I've noticed through this playoff run specifically that I'm just like, there's no leads are safe. And then it's not like a comeback and win by 1. They reverse the lead and end up winning by 10. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, when it went to overtime, I was like, it's over. The Cavs had their shot. That ball that I don't remember who shot, but it went in and went out.
Yeah, over. I found out in the weirdest way too. Like I said, I turned the game off, and then in the morning I didn't even bother to look at it. I was like, yeah, they lost that game. I'm looking at other stuff, and then I'm just flipping through some Instagram stuff, and then I see, one of my friends on Instagram was at a bar in New York, and everybody like Knicks people are going crazy at the TV, and I'm going, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
they won. That was crazy.
Yeah, they won. It was amazing. MSG is tonight's game at MSG. It's going to be a zoo. That place is going to be ready to tear it down.
Yeah. I got money on the Knicks. I
like the Knicks. Normally, you know, after that big layoff, game 2 is the one where the home team, you know, the Knicks survived. The Thunder didn't, but game 2 is where they win.
Yep, it's good. It's going down. All right, let's jump into the NHL real quick, and then we'll circle back. NHL playoffs have been amazing. That Sabres-Canadiens series was awesome. That Game 7 was awesome. And, Andy, we're sitting in a place right now where, you know, before this, we had all our money down on Avalanche Hurricanes Stanley Cup final matchup. It looks like we're heading in that direction, but the Vegas Knights, they won game 1 the other night against the Avalanche in Colorado, 4-2. You think Vegas has got a shot at winning this series?
Yeah, all they need 3 more. They just got to win 3 of the next 3, just split. Yeah, they got a shot. Hey, I'm amazed by Vegas. You know, they won the title, 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And remember at that time, everybody's like, well, that was it. What a run. Good old team. Now they're getting old. They're not going to – and they've been in it, I feel like,
every
year.
year. Yeah, I think they went to the Stanley Cup and lost in their inaugural season and then won it the next, or maybe vice versa. But yeah. I mean, they're tough. They're a tough out. And here's what's going on with that series, guys. If you're not following the NHL, here's all you need to know about that. The Vegas Knights, they've scored 48 goals through 12 games. They're leading the playoffs in offense right now. They've just been dominant, putting the puck in the net. But Colorado's right behind them with 37 goals, and that's in only 9 games. They've been rolling through the playoffs pretty untested. So this is the series. If you're the type that's a casual hockey fan because you like to see more scoring, just turn this series on. It's going to be for you. Now, if you're a traditional hockey fan because you like to see the guys get after it, you want to flip on this other series. I mean, the Hurricanes and the Habs.
Yeah.
Like the Canadians, this hockey really is the only sport, Andy, disagree with me or don't, where like the team that didn't play the best game and isn't the best can win the game.
Oh, for sure. Well, for sure. No doubt. I'm rooting for Canadians here. I don't think they're going to win it, but I'm rooting for them.
I mean, I watched them game 5, game 6, and game 7 against Buffalo because I was all in on Buffalo. They were the team I was following in the playoffs this year for fun. 5, 6, and 7, Buffalo dominated them, and couldn't put them away. It's game 7. The whole second period, they were down 2-0. Buffalo comes back, ties it up, gets a goal waved off in the third period. So it stays tied. We go to overtime. They're dominating them overtime. They were kicking their ass for 3 periods of hockey and lose the game and lose the series.
Yep.
It was crazy. One game, the Canadians had 9 shots on goal in the game and won it.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
That's hockey, man. That's hockey. But they're coming up against the Canes, who have not lost a game yet in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're 8-0. They're rolling. I think they're the team to beat. Listen, I don't think the Habs have a shot here.
No, I don't think so either. I think Carolina's coming, but I'm rooting for the Habs. Let's go, Canadians, baby. Let's go.
I'm out on that on a simple investment reasons. Here are the tickets I have. Little all right bet moment for us here.
Yeah.
Here are the tickets I have open still for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Okay. I have Hurricanes to win the Stanley Cup. I have Colorado to win the Stanley Cup. I have a ticket on Colorado to play the Hurricanes for the Stanley Cup. I have a ticket on that. I have a ticket on, and then, and Canes. I have another ticket on Canes to beat the Avalanche for the Stanley Cup, and I have a ticket on the Avalanche to beat the Canes for the Stanley Cup. So if it's Canes, Avalanche, Andy, I'm walking away with the Avalanche of money.
Yeah. Why aren't you hedging and putting a little on the Knights or the Canadians?
I don't think I need to.
Well, you clearly Vegas up 1-0.
Okay. If they get me, they get me. That's where I'm at on this one. I'm like, if you get me, Vegas, you get me.
Here's what I think. You should be betting the Knights every game, money line.
I don't know.
That way you cover. You're going to cover your losses. Assuming they're dogs. Anytime they're dogs, for sure.
Yeah, but what if the Avalanche roll them the next 4 games in a row and I lose 4 games of Knights money and then I'm a wash on any money I would have won in the Stanley Cup?
All right. Well, when the Knights go up 3-0, I'll remember this exact moment.
You'll need to remember this conversation, but I'll still have my Hurricanes money to come in. But if they both make it to the finals, baby, I'm gold.
Yeah,
I'm gold.
You need both. You got to root for them both for sure.
That'd be so great. All right, let's jump back to the NBA really quickly for No Way. And let me ask you this. Is there a world where it is not going to be Knicks OKC in the finals?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's possible the Spurs, right? It's possible, but they have that Harper injury now, the hamstring, and they have a Fox injury.
Fox is out too, yeah.
I think he'll come back in game 3, but yeah, I think there's a world. I think, it's going to be hard, obviously. If they're going to do it, they got to do it in 6. I would be shocked if they could win in 7 in Oklahoma City. But I fully expect them to win game 3. The Spurs win game 3. And then game 4 is absolutely a monster game. So I think Spurs win game 3. Then we'll see you on game 4.
I got to tell you, I already got a little bet in on OKC as the dog in that game 3. These 2 injuries, I get it. San Antonio's tough at home. Wembanyama's Superman right now. But Fox and Harper being down, I just don't see it. You're going to give me I guess let's put it this way, from a gambling perspective. I'm telling you, Fox and Harper are out for the game, and OKC's I can get dog money on them. I'm taking them.
I guess my question is, Jalen Williams playing? Is J-Dub playing? That's the question for the Thunder.
That's a pretty big question, but
so if he's playing, then sure, I like that. But I don't know if he's going to play. He didn't play a lot in the second half. They got to Oklahoma City's got to put but Chet is having a tough series against Wembanyama.
He's turned into Duran.
Yeah. Wembanyama is a different animal for him. Hartenstein is fouling him, sure, but
yeah.
I think you got to take the dog, and whoever's a dog in every game, just take the dog. But I kind of like
poor Wembanyama. I was having a discussion with somebody the other day about how he's gonna be the best player in the league if he's not already. He's gonna be the face of the league. This guy's something we've never seen before. All these things are true. These things are true. They're crazy. Also true that no one with that frame has ever survived 5 or 6 years in the NBA. I'm like, y'all better wake up, man. The injuries are coming on this cat. I already sat out half a season for something weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know how long Wembanyama's going to last, right? The injury,
better enjoy it.
Generally, the Spurs did a great job of I think he averaged 28 minutes a game this season, 29 minutes. So, which is only, that's ultimately what, 2.5 quarters of basketball. I think the Spurs in their last 40 games, or maybe now 42 games, when Wembanyama plays over 15 minutes, there's something like 38-4. It's incredible.
That's interesting.
When he plays over 15 minutes. Now, a couple of the games they lost in the first and second round because Wembanyama got ejected or he played less.
Suspended.
suspended, and he got a concussion in the game they lost. He played under 15 minutes there. Now the Thunder are also very close to that. They're something like 35-7. Yeah. But if the Spurs can stay healthy, if Wembanyama can stay healthy, I think they have I think it's 55-45 Oklahoma City, 50-50. It's close.
Yeah, that's going to be close. I mean, the Spurs have showed during the regular season that they could play them. I really liked when Wemby got that suspension, man. When they were hacking him and he just had enough. He's a tough kid, man. I like him.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a freak. It's crazy. I'm with you though. In 4 years, you're going to tell me Wembanyama has knee problems and we'll never see him again. I'd be like, yeah.
I'm calling foot.
Calling something. They generally we know Yao Ming, Ralph Sampson,
Sean Bradley, all these guys with those big wiry builds like that. The only one that I can remember lasting forever was Manute Bol, but I think he scored 8 career points. He just had a couple blocks.
He also eventually just started shooting the three. He just stayed outside. He was just just shooting it, ultimately.
Yeah. I don't know, man. For me, I think the injuries are going to be too much. I think it's going to be OKC and the Knicks. I don't think that the Spurs can get it, brother.
No way. There's no way. No way.
That's a stretch. There's absolutely a way. There's a stretch. There's absolutely a way. I'm just trying to wish it into fruition because my NBA ticket is Knicks OKC. I need that one to cash too.
Oh, I think you'll probably get it. I think you'll get it.
I hope so, man. I hope so. That was preseason too, so that one will pay pretty well. But hey, listen, there's something happened in baseball yesterday. This is going to take us. This is a big time. No way. I don't know if you saw this. Were you dialed into baseball highlights yesterday?
I didn't see
something happened in baseball that you will maybe never see again.
What's the inside the park homer?
It's the inside the park grand slam.
Yeah,
this is crazy. Put that clip up.
Out to left center. This ball is rocked. Into the gap and off the top of the wall. Two outfielders look at themselves and don't find the baseball. Here comes James Wood, rounding third and heading home. Inside the park grand slam for James Wood.
That is unreal, bro.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Had that ever happened before? Ever? I mean, probably in the 20s or something.
But who knows?
Back when there's no fences.
What a great bounce. That dude was fast.
Yeah. Oh my God. James Woods is 6'8" too, steals home runs. I think he's 6'6", 6'7", but he's a big outfielder, robs home runs like that. My question on that replay, Andy, what is that center fielder doing?
Yeah, that's a really good question. What is he doing? Why is he over there?
He's coming in hot like he thinks he's going to try to make the catch. He's nowhere near making the catch. And then the left fielder jumps into the wall and he can't make the catch. It bounces off of the wall and kicks back over to where the right fielder, the center fielder should have been playing. I don't know, man. I watch a lot of baseball. All right. This is my thing. This is my season to try to get some cash together. The fundamentals among outfielders now are just brutal.
Yeah. I mean, it's Game 7 of Dodgers Blue Jays. Remember that? That was the last. That center fielder came over. I don't even remember who caught it now, but that's the worst version of what they.
Yeah. It's none of them can throw either. That's the thing that baffles me the most in baseball right now. And you can tell it's because it's the way it's being taught through the minors and stuff. And it's just because they've just given up. They're just nah, just throw a little soft one hopper and see if we can roll it to the plate. And maybe it won't get by you. And then another guy can advance a base or something. And I'm not being an old head here. Right. I can give you the proof. We can put on old games from when you and I were younger. Guys used to throw line drives from the outfield to the plate and get guys out.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of throw. Even in the early 2000s, guys like Ichiro and these guys, you wouldn't try it. And now it's freaking send him. This guy, if he's lucky enough to hit the cutoff, he'll miss the cutoff. And then the cutoff guy will throw it up the baseline on 2 bounces. I don't understand it.
I'm also why isn't that guy playing basketball? That 6'8" awesome athlete for the Nationals.
I'll tell you why if you want to, because he's got like a $400 million unlimited guaranteed contract in baseball, and he can play for 25 years.
Yeah, he's good. This is a better job, man.
Yeah, it is. You ever hear some of the athletes on those interviews when they say that, and they're like, "Nah, man, put your kids in baseball, and man, baseball's where it's at. Maybe 25 years, guaranteed money, bigger contracts. What are you playing football and basketball for?"
Right.
Smart. It's true. It's true, man. But wow, dude, inside the park, grand slam.
Amazing. No way. There's no way. No way.
All right, man. That was absolutely crazy. All right, let's get into a little knock it off here. This one's going to blow your mind. Okay. This one is going to blow your mind. Oh, you had some ticker information first, though, I think, about the Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah. They signed Jack Campbell to a 4-year deal. Got him to 2030.
Okay. I think that's a good sign.
The amount of money, but I just know they signed him.
And the dominoes are falling in line here as to what you and I predicted. Odd man out here is going to be Laporta.
Yeah, they got what they still got to do. Gibbs, obviously. And then
Branch,
Laporta,
I think.
Laporta and Branch.
Buddy, this is a no-brainer. You got to give me Branch. You got to give me Gibbs. You got to give me Campbell. Buy Laporta. A tight end is a tight end. You're injured all the time anyway. This is a no-brainer. I mean, I'm not trying to dog on the kid. I like the kid. Yeah. But I'm saying front office mind here. What would you do?
I would see what's going on in the draft, right? If there's a bunch of safeties, and maybe I get rid of Branch. Branch to me, kind of seems like a headache.
What?
Yeah, I'm just telling you. I'm not saying I would definitely keep Branch over Laporta, but if I could keep the money down on Laporta, I maybe let Branch go.
I don't think so, man. Branch is a game changer, man. He gets some penalties in this modern day NFL for hitting people too hard. He does do that. But man, this guy's like, when he's on the field, the offense has to adjust. Like, I don't know, man. I really like Brian Branch.
Yeah, but how much are you paying for a safety is my question. That's my question.
I don't think it'll be too much. Do you?
What? I mean, Brian Branch doesn't seem like the most reasonable person.
So, if you're holding a football.
Right. Well, I can't imagine he's like going to be like he's not like the smart gremlin, who's like, "Oh, hello, sir," sure. I can't. He's going to want a lot of money. So,
by the way, that's a great idea for an ad campaign to have like a bunch of guys from the league that are like your Brian Branch types or Ed Reeds or something, and then like guys are kind of just hanging around a tailgate and they're like, "Oh, hey, you want to meet somebody? It's Ed Reed," and the guy that's holding the ball so just throws it on the ground like. You don't want to be holding the ball when you meet Ed Reed. That would be hilarious.
I mean, I think about some of the good teams that tend, like the Chiefs, do it a little bit. They let their safeties and D-backs, they trade them all the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
And then they just pick a new one, and then they just get a young guy, and they come in, and they move on that way. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. I think he's a special player, man. We want to keep him around for a good while. Actually, this talk about getting rid of Brian Branch.
All right, everyone, time to do me a favor and knock it off.
All right,
let's knock it off. Let's knock it off. All right, listen. Speaking of knock it off, this one's gonna blow your mind. This is just a little rabbit hole thing I went down off of. I just saw a little video, and this is what we teased at the beginning of the show. The New York Giants. They have a claim to 34 football Hall of Famers, Andy, 34, sure. Which puts them, I think, second all time, or maybe even first all time. And I was like, wow, I might not have guessed the Giants. When you think about it historically, you're like, well, they've been around a long time, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to run down some of the list of people that they claim on their list of 34 Hall of Famers. And I want to get your reaction on this because I was like, this is a fraud.
Yeah.
Okay. Two of them right off the top, the owners, Maras, are both in the Hall of Fame. Okay, fine. Robert Kraft and all that, blah, blah, blah. You get to count them. Let's run down the list here. Morton Anderson.
The same.
Do you associate with him with the Giants? No, you don't. No. Right. Okay, you follow me here. Yeah. Larry Zonka.
Dolphins.
Yeah, what? I didn't even know he ever played for the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Here's a good one. Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, no, I don't really know the team. I have no idea what team he. But
I don't know if he played for the Giants or he played for like 5 different teams in one week. I don't know the legend of Jim Thorpe, but fine, I'll give you that one. It's going to get worse here, buddy. Tom Landry.
Right. When I think of Landry, I don't think of the Giants.
No, the Cowboys' longtime coach, Super Bowls and stuff in his 70s. Not a Giant. This one's going to blow your mind. Vince Lombardi. Stop. Full stop. What was he, the towel guy? What was he?
Come on. He started his career there. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. And the last two, Vince Lombardi's probably the most crazy, but if you're not old enough to know who that is, this next one is a bad one as well. Fran Tarkenton.
Sure. Vikings. I think of the
longtime Vikings, Hall of Fame Vikings, great Super Bowl quarterback. They're claiming him, and this is the number one on the list of, all right, you got to knock it off. You got to knock it off, Giants, and throw this into garbage right now. Number one on this list for me, Kurt Warner.
Right.
Kurt Warner historically took that job with the Giants, played 5 games, and handed it over to Eli, and never played again for the Giants. He's on your Hall of Famer list.
They're just saying guys who are in the Hall of Fame who've passed through the Giants in some
who at one point won it. You don't get to do that.
Either early in their career or late in their career, right?
Yeah.
That's the point.
This is the equivalent of like all those football teams that are now college football teams that are now claiming national championships and stuff that they never had.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
it's like Patrick Ewing's on the like Raptors Hall of Fame list. You're like,
yeah. No, I know that Shaq with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Right.
All right, Giants.
All right, everyone, time to do me a favor and knock it off.
That was ridiculous, but the only way I wound up into that little rabbit hole on that was because of this story that blew my mind. This is gonna blow your mind. When you think of the Giants defense in the late 80s,
sure,
what's your first take on that?
Lawrence Taylor, Harry Carson, Carl Banks, Belichick, Parcell. I think
Gary
all those
Reasons. Yeah. Remember Gary Reasons almost killed Joe Montana in that one game, literally. You know what I mean? Like
those
one of the deadliest defenses of all time.
Yeah,
all time. Do you know that they passed on Reggie White in the draft? They could have added Reggie White to that defense.
Terrible. I mean, they didn't have the room. They're just like, I don't even have the room.
Could you imagine that?
Right.
Could you imagine that? And here's how that played out. So that was like during the USFL time when guys were coming out of college signing the USFL. Herschel Walker, Reggie White, Steve Young, right? Well, what the NFL did, because they figured this league was going to fold up and they wanted to make sure teams had chances to hold the rights to these guys so we didn't have all-out free agent bidding wars. We don't want that as the owners. Right. So they added a compensation draft like sometime in June. So after these guys all signed their USFL contracts, they held a 1 round. Every team got 1 pick in the draft. And here's the results of that. So number 1, Steve Young went to Tampa Bay, Mike Rozier to Houston, Gary Zimmerman. The Giants took offensive tackle Gary Zimmerman, who wound up being a Hall of Famer, I believe, over Reggie White, who went number 4 to Philadelphia. What could have been had they selected Reggie White? Let me pose this question to you, and I want you to break it down. Had they selected Reggie White, would Joe Montana be a household name?
Well, he probably would be, because he'd probably be the guy who was like fearing for his life when he played in New York. He'd be like, you mean the guy who hated playing in New York? Yeah, that guy.
But it was always Giants Niners during that time. It was they were the powerhouses, and whoever won was going to the Super Bowl. Do you think the Niners ever even get to a Super Bowl if you put Reggie White on that defense?
I mean,
that's tough.
I would love to. I'd love to go through the history of those drafts. Where you're like, oh my gosh, can you imagine if this player would have actually gone to this team? Type of thing.
Yeah, in the history of the NFL.
Right.
Could you remember anywhere near bookending a team like that? On one end is Lawrence Taylor, and on the other is Reggie White.
Been terrifying. Would have been terrifying.
You can't keep 4 running backs in there to chip.
No. Then Reggie left to go to Green Bay, right? He left after 8 years, right?
Yeah, he left after, I think Buddy Ryan left the Eagles or something like that. But yeah, he left for Green Bay.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, though, that blew my mind. I don't know if you knew that, but when I saw it, I went, holy hell.
Didn't know.
That's a crazy one. That is a crazy one. That would have been the end of Joe Montana. You wouldn't even been talking about Super Bowls.
All right, everyone. Time to do me a favor and knock it off.
All right, Giants, the Hall of Fame class frauds, buddy. That's it.
Frauds.
Absolute frauds, man. Well, that's it, man. That's all I got for this week. It's NBA and NHL running it down right now, man. Enjoy the game tonight, brother. You think it's going to be Spurs tonight, huh?
Tonight's Knicks. I like the Knicks tonight. I'm going to take the Spurs in game 3, but it's anybody's ball game. I also take Cavs in game 3. I think it was going to be 2-1 Spurs, 2-1 Knicks.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm hoping for the best. Give me 7 games. That's all I care about of all of them.
Yeah, be fun. It'll be fun. I'm rocking a little $5 parlay for you guys here. It'll pay you somewhere around $58. I'm taking all the teams to win, right? I'm taking OKC to win. I'm taking the Knicks to win. I'm taking the Avalanche to win. And I'm taking the Hurricanes to win. 4-teamer. 4-teamer.
Good luck.
Let's get at it. All right, man. You guys know the drill. Well, sorry. What? Go ahead, buddy.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day. Enjoy Memorial Day. And don't be an idiot. Get over to wherever you're finding DWMOD a pod on your social media, specifically Instagram or TikTok, and get on these baseball picks. Andy will tell you right now, we are red hot. 6-0 2 days ago, 5-1 yesterday. We have not had a losing day in probably a month, and we're only a month and a half into the baseball season. Guys, you're throwing away money if you don't get over there and get the free picks.
You got to do it. Follow Mikey. Also, 100 days till college football starts. 100 days.
Oh, baby, the countdown is on. Let's do it. College football is now B1G versus SEC. Down. If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money. Ready? All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. Andy, I really don't understand. Like, I try to put myself in the headspace of the New York Giants during that pick.
Right.
And you're good at this stuff too, because you're a real smart guy. We both like to view things from a front office, not a fan perspective. If you and I were sitting in that room, I think we quickly would have got on the same page with this supplemental draft that would just take the best damn player, because we might not be getting any of them. Don't go position. Don't go what we did. Don't go like we're sitting here third. Reggie White's still there from the Gamblers. We'll just take Reggie White. We don't know who we're going to get. Give us the best guy.
Yeah, no, 100%. You got to. They got to.
What were they thinking?
We cutting loose.